Good morning. Welcome to the family that blogs together and the first ever Digital Family Summit. I'm very pleased to be the moderator of this panel. My name is Sarah Auerswald, and I have several blogs. The one most relevant to this conference is Sarah and Sons. Sons are in the back row. We blog about video games and movies and media we consume and life of parenting tween boys. And I also have a site called Moms LA, which is a group site for about 120 mom bloggers in Southern California. And we are talking today with three other families that blog together and are online together. So we're going to start with Dwan and Tapanga. Dwan is a blogger, started as a blogger before daughter, but they're both bloggers now. And Dwan's blog is called, my brain is gone immediately, Mama DJing. And she's been blogging since 2006. She's a lifestyle blogger and blogs about her family and her daughter who has special needs. And she travels a lot and blogs about that too. And Tapanga blogs, started in 2007 and blogs about books and perhaps becoming a doctor in her future as well. And so they have a rich online life and a really great relationship, close relationship of a mom and a teen. And so we want to talk about that. So let's hear your story. How did you get started?
Okay, well actually I started Mama DJing in 2006, but I started online in communities and forums, and I had numerous other blogs before WordPress, dating all the way back to 2000. So in 2006, that's when I started to kind of brand myself as Mama DJ more than just a journal where I was sharing my daughter's experience. It originally started, so when I was sitting in the hospital with her, she went in for brain surgery and we were only supposed to be there a week, and we ended up living there for 4 months. And instead of telling every family member and every friend and phone calls all day long, I wanted a place I could just write the updates and they could read it. I also wanted to be able to do that because I didn't really want to talk to people. It was very trying time, so I just wanted to get it out once and then I'll have to think about it. So, and that kind of grew. I started reading blogs and commenting on blogs and finding a community that I could relate to, because I didn't know anything about brain surgery. I didn't know anything about children with special needs, and I was just reaching out, and that's when mine kind of just became what it became. And so I basically just started now it's turned more, her special needs aren't as hands-on as it was then, so it's turned more into a lifestyle blog. I share things that we do as a family. I write about our travels. I write about entertainment. We're Twilight fans, so we do a lot of parties and we take the trips, and so I just share things that we love, whether it's about my kids or about myself or anything of the likes.
And then how did you get started?
I started as an online journal of just journaling things that I did day to day, and my life list and my books and like the 5K walks that we did. I started because she had been doing it for so long, and I wanted to start doing it following her. And so I was really excited when I first started doing it. I'm really nervous.
It's okay, we are too. Well, you're doing great. Don't be afraid.
It started as a journal, and it's progressed throughout the years. Now it's more books and music
Reviews.
and more reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. Cool. And so when she started, was it just like, here you go, I'm signing you up for a blog and your Facebook and Twitter and go for it? Because 2007, how old were you? I mean,
Well, it was
it's a couple years
actually,
old.
it was 2009.
Oh, 2009. I have the wrong date. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So that was 3 years ago. So you were 11-ish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what was that, just like, let's just dive into social media, or how'd that work?
No, not at all.
I had been asking her to start
I think Microsoft would say good.
I think it was a long process of starting a blog, because I had been wanting it for a while, and we just it just grew into.
I'm a social media consultant by profession, social media strategist. So I was already teaching her the things that I was doing, and I think it kind of started, she thought it was fun, And so we first started our little blogger blog just to see if she would even take the time and the initiative to write posts. And that didn't last very long before we went ahead and switched her to WordPress, because I was doing WordPress and it was hard for me to really teach her, and I felt like if she was going to make a go of it, I wanted her on the same platforms as me so I could really show her as I'm learning.
Yeah.
Things are constantly changing. There's new, technology, new plugins, everything coming out, and I wanted her to be able to stay up to date on those things. So we started with the blog because I could monitor that, and I had the initial deciding factor of what went online. She would write the post. She would say, okay, I have a post ready to go live. I would go proof it. If I found a problem, if something either I don't think you should share that, or maybe, when she first started writing book reviews, she would write it and I would prompt her, okay, I haven't read this book. What about this part? Or what did you like best? Or who was your favorite character? So it's kind of a learning process. And by me having that final say before it went published, it helped her become a better writer, and it helped her with the blog, and it gave me that parental control that she didn't have that freedom. And she was blogging. I mean, she didn't get on Facebook until she was 13, the appropriate age. She had already been blogging for 2 years. She didn't get on Twitter until last month, because that was that final, I'm really not ready. And it was, my friends are on Twitter, I really want Twitter, and it was a debate for about a year and a half and a struggle. And I know the conversations that me and my friends have on Twitter and other adults, and I didn't know if I felt that it was comfortable for a teen. And that was the one thing that I could not really monitor. It's not like she writes her tweets and says, Mom, can I tweet this? And so I didn't, that's the one thing I finally let go of last month. I know.
Okay?
I think she had anxiety giving me my password and username.
Yeah. And so I do have all the passwords to all of her networks.
Okay.
And her email. So
Right.
that is that final. I mean, she is still only 15, so.
So good. You're only 15. Good. Well, that's cool. So, but you guys seem really, really close. I mean, maybe that enhanced all of this, even with the controls. Has that been? I know you said a challenge, but it still seems like you're really close, and it hasn't been like a rift or anything. Right?
Oh yeah, we're extremely close. I mean, she's like my best friend. So yeah, it definitely, we were close before, and I think it definitely pulled us even closer because she had known it for so long, and then I became a part of it. So we got to share that as well.
Yeah, that's great. So what are the kind of things that I know you both have a life list. Maybe you can sort of talk about other things, that, and also what other things that you both sort of do online, the similarities, the overlaps.
Yeah, we both have a life list, and I think only a few things are actually the same because she's more adventurous on hers. Yeah, like her whole life list is completely different.
Yeah, we have very different life lists, and we blog about them, accomplishing items on our life list. We both have them published on our blogs, but they are very, very different. We are very, very different. We're alike in all entertainment ways. We watch all the same shows, all the same movies. We talk about them. I write about entertainment. We like to travel. So we do that together, but she writes a lot of book reviews, and she reads books that I don't necessarily read, and she has much different goals. Social media really is just a part of her life, but it's not her ultimate goal. I mean, it's not what she wants to do for work, I guess.
Yeah, I want to, after high school, I want to go into either the Navy or the Air Force and be a doctor for them.
And she does that now, like she's in the ROTC and has for 2 years and writes about that. So we live very different lives, so our blogs are very, very different. We just have a lot of the same interests, I guess. And so that does, I guess the blogging gives us something to be close about as well.
Yeah. Any things on the life list that are the same? I know there were maybe a couple.
Yes, we both want to visit all 50 states, and then we both want to go to Paris.
Yes, we have a Paris trip planned this year. We're just really excited. We've been saving for that, so we're gonna do a mother-daughter Paris trip. And my mom is actually gonna go as well. It's our first trip to Paris.
Generations.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Very
So that's
cool.
on there. Our mother-daughter Paris trip is on our life list.
And Pennsylvania, was this your first? Can you check it out?
Yes,
Okay.
actually, this was both of our first time to be to this state,
Look at that. One more on the list.
and it will be on our blog. So.
Very cool.
Definitely.
So, and then, yeah, do you, how often do you post? Do you, you seem kind of like the in-house editor for Topanga, which is kind of cool. It'd be great to have someone, you know, like there for you. Do you guys have a schedule? Do you have an editorial calendar, or is it really just loose?
It's really loose.
Yeah.
Her goals are, you know, just 3 times a week blogging. Mine's more. But again, both of ours is not our business. My blog is not my business either. It's just something we both do because we love it. But there's no real editorial calendar. I think when she writes reviews, she kind of knows what's due, and so she'll write that down and let me know, and then she tells me different things that, like when she has a post ready, she might write 2 and say, hey, they're both ready, will you schedule these for me, or tell me what you think. I do work off of a schedule on mine, so I guess it's really different. I suggest that would be my tip to teens if you're going to start a blog, to have an editorial calendar, because there's been a few times that I'm like, hey, you want to get that blog post up? And she'll be like, oh yeah, because teens get busy with their lives, and if they want readers or they want traffic, it has to be consistent and they have to do it. And so it is one of those things that it was kind of, I guess that would be the one challenge.
Yeah, and it is harder being a teen because I have practices after schools for JRTC, and then I have homework, and it's just like, I forget sometimes. I will admit I'm bad at that. I'll forget to post, but yeah, that is probably one of our biggest challenges with us, because we'll like butt heads sometimes.
Okay, well, probably not huge. I'm getting the impression it's a small one, but
yeah.
So are you the only blogger you know of your like friends, you know, like your circle of friends at school, and or do you know, are there a lot of teens that you know are blogging?
Of my circle of friends at school, yes, I'm the only one. My cousin's friend does it. She actually read my blog and then started blogging. So I do know her, but out of that, yes. I mean, I met a lot here this weekend, so I do know them, but other than that, no.
Yeah. And then is that cool? Is it kind of like you don't really talk about it much in real life situations, or what do you think?
I think a little bit of both, just because it's the one thing that I have that none of my other friends have, and we all have our different things that we do, so I like having that. And then I mean I don't have it in common with them, so we don't talk about it a lot, but I definitely have them sometimes come and comment and stuff like that. And then I have a lot of friends who read, so they'll come and read my book reviews and stuff like that.
Gotcha. And then yeah, so book reviews, and are you involved in any kind of sponsored campaigns? Do you guys make any money on your blogs? I know it's not your living, but
I mean, I do. I call it my fun money. I mean, you know, maybe vacation money wise, but I you know, a few years back, I thought that I was going to make my blog turn into that, and I did a little bit too much sponsored stuff, and I felt it wasn't fun, and I felt like it was a job, and that's not why I originally started my blog, and I hated it, and so I stopped all sponsored stuff for quite a while, and now I only do it if it ties into our travels or something that is related that I would already write about or I feel passionate about. So yes, I do have sponsored content that goes on my blog, and she writes reviews. It's not, she gets the books.
Right.
You know, and she's part of a teen book club that she reviews the books for.
Teen Lit Rocks. She's back there, actually.
Oh, cool. Sandy, we have a celebrity in here. Well, that's cool. So, so what else would you recommend blogging to other teens? And you know, is it something you think is everyone should do, or is it?
I wouldn't say everybody should do it. Definitely, if you like writing and blog about what you'd like to do. But if you don't like writing and you're busy doing other things, I wouldn't, just because you don't want to have all the stress and stuff. She's laughing at me.
We've had that challenge before.
Yeah.
Where I've reminded her,
Yeah.
and she'll read the book, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I need to write that review," and then she'll kind of forget, or she'll get really busy, and I'm like, "But you know, if you get a book to review, you have to write the review. That's part of it."
Mm-hmm.
And so there's been a few times where it's been, we like right now we've been traveling for 2 weeks, and so we haven't been back home, so it's just hard. It's hard to maintain all of that, but I think you still love it, right?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Do you think you like writing? Is it making you a better writer to keep practicing? And
Yes, I definitely will say starting my blog has made me a better writer. And I was looking back at some of my older posts recently, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh no! Oh no, we can't look back.
Yes, please don't.
What about photography? Do you use a lot of pictures in your blogs, and do you work on that, or?
I take pictures with my phone, and I do use most pictures in my post. I usually have a picture, at least one. And I do lots of Instagram, so.
I was about to say Instagram fanatic.
I was going to say, so that's another social platform, and.
Yeah, Pinterest, Instagram, she's on.
And then, so what about that in terms of being aware of her followers and who she's interacting with, or is it just getting overwhelming?
On Pinterest and Instagram, I don't really guess I even look at who follows her, because she knows that she better not post anything bad on Instagram. I mean, we have that trust, and she knows she's never gonna post her phone number on a social network or her address, or say she's not gonna go meet some person that contacts her online. We've had those lessons. We've had those lessons since way before she was blogging, though. I mean, when just my kids were playing the games and stuff. So we've always talked about cyber safety. That to me is just utmost important if you're even going to get near a computer at all. And she knows that it's really important what you put on Facebook and Instagram, picture-wise, because of college and jobs and not getting grounded. And
many reasons.
Yeah, and I trust her. So those things weren't. I didn't feel like I needed as much control over as just. I think that Twitter was more of what she might read online.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So what else? What can you tell us about this online life and sharing it with your mother?
That's a tough question.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want it to be tough.
We definitely share it, and it's fun. We blog together, we do Instagram together, we do Twitter together, we do Facebook together. I mean, we're connected in every way on the internet. So it is a lot of fun, and I know most of my friends don't have that with their parents. And when I say I blog with my mom, they're like, "What?" And so it's my unique thing that I get to be really close with my mom with. So it's definitely, I like that.
Yeah, and you, how do you feel?
I like it too. I mean, we tag each other on the photos from last night's party. We'll tag each other on Instagram and on Facebook, and so it's something we get to do together, and I love it, even though it's very, very different. I enjoy it, and I'm glad that I get to teach her something, and I think that no matter which career choice she decides in going into college, I think social media is something it's a very important tool that kids need to know. And so even though I don't expect her to necessarily follow in my footsteps career-wise, I think that she can't hurt from learning all of these things.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.